Hey everybody, this is Steve, and there's a lot of fear in the air. More and more of us are stuck at home like I am right now, unable to get to school or work, and we're even seeing more and more parish ministries shutting down across the country. In many places, church services are being canceled as well. This can be really unsettling, and seeing people hoard all the toilet paper at Costco doesn't help. I'll admit it, I'm pretty unsettled, and I'm a little scared. Global pandemics are the sort of thing that I read about in history books, not the sort of thing I ever expected I would actually experience. If you're feeling unsettled or scared or even angry, I'm right there with you. And I want to share 3 simple thoughts about what we can do as Christians to deal with the crazy times in which we find ourselves. First, be honest. As the news continues to develop, you're probably thinking a lot of thoughts and feeling a lot of feelings. I know I am. Maybe you're feeling overwhelmed or scared or confused or all of the above. Again, I know I am. And that's totally okay. We all have feelings. They're totally natural, even if they can be a little difficult. I'll tell you one important thing I've learned about feelings. Feelings are meant to be had. They're not meant to be bottled up or stuffed way down. Feelings help us understand what's going on inside of us. They're sort of like a thermometer that helps us get a read on the temperature of our hearts. They help us understand that a need is being met, in which case we feel happy, or that a need is not being met, in which case we feel sad, afraid, or alone. So if you're feeling scared or overwhelmed, it's okay to be honest about that. And it's even better to be honest about that with someone else so you can ask for what you need. You can tell your spouse, your parents, your roommate, whomever you have, hey, I'm feeling scared right now, or whatever you're feeling. I need a little comfort. Can you help me? Share how you're feeling with friends and family. And remember that as Christians, we're all part of the household of God. We're all family. And we can be honest with each other, especially when times are tough. Second, stay connected. Let's be honest. Being stuck at home can make it hard to be honest with others because it can make you feel more and more isolated and alone. I've spent the last few days brainstorming with amazing youth and young adult ministry leaders from across the church, and I'm really happy to share that we're working together to make it easier for you to stay connected. So I want to be clear on what I'm covering in this update. You're going to see resources from Orthodox Christian Fellowship, Youth Equipped to Serve, the Center for Family Care, the Department of Religious Education, and Ancient Faith Ministries. I want to be super clear about this. This is a very collaborative and very pan-Orthodox effort. We've developed a comprehensive schedule of videos, live streams, and webinars offering everything from shows like Be the Bee, to live recordings of Pop Culture Coffee Hour, to virtual Sunday school lessons, and even live streams of cooking shows where you can learn how to make fast-friendly dishes for Great Lent. And to make it simple for you all, Y2AM offered to set up a landing page for all of this. So you can find all of that at y2am.org/at-home. To make things even simpler, we've laid everything out, including links to those resources and live streams, in a simple and shareable Google Calendar. You can find the calendar at y2am.org/calendar, or you can click the link down in the doobly-doo. That means the video description, just to be clear. And once you subscribe to the calendar, all of these resources and live streams, complete with links, will appear right on your phone or device. Pretty simple, huh? And we're doing even more to help you stay connected. We're developing guidance for parishes to help connect people in small groups. Small groups are exactly what they sound like. Small groups of around 8 or so people who come together for fellowship and prayer and really being open with each other. It can be a little more personal than a big group where it's easier to get lost in the mix. Even if your parish has never set up small groups before, we're going to make it easy, with checklists on how to set up small groups and training for people who are going to be the facilitators of each group. That's available at y2am.org/smallgroups. With this help, we can build little communities of people connected to each other, learning together, praying together, growing together in Christ. And the great thing about that is we can do all of that online, so it's easier than ever to come together. And the more we come together, the more support we have during these tough times. The more we can be surrounded with people we can look out for, and people who can look out for us as well. And third, pray joyfully. All those groups I mentioned earlier, we are all working really, really hard to create lots of online ministry opportunities for you in the weeks ahead. And that's important, but we have to remember that's not the most important thing about the church. being a Christian is about far more than simply learning about God. Being a Christian is about encountering God. That's something we can do through our neighbors when we serve and connect with those in need. And it also happens through the services, through the prayers we offer at home, and through the prayers and worship we offer together when we assemble as the church. Unfortunately, under the circumstances, this is hard to do when church services are canceled because of the coronavirus. But if we're all home anyway, if we don't have to worry about commuting to school or work, then we probably have a little extra time on our hands. That means we have a little extra time every day to offer back to God. A little extra time to intentionally place ourselves in God's presence and experience the joy and peace that He has for us. That can mean a few minutes of silence, a few minutes to say those morning prayers we often skip, even a few moments to offer thanks before we dig into that Lenten meal that we learned how to make on that live stream. Here we are, in the middle of Great Lent, and it can be really easy to forget that under the circumstances. So, with everything going on right now, let's not forget that our attention should be on God, because God is still on His throne. Christ is still risen from the dead, and the kingdom of heaven is still at hand. And that means that as crazy as things might seem, this is still a time for prayer and joy. So that's it. Be honest, stay connected, and pray joyfully. These are difficult times, but together we can actually thrive, because Jesus promised us that where 2 or 3 are gathered in His name, He'll be there with us. And where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. Freedom from fear, freedom from death, freedom from captivity, even in the midst of quarantine. So let's keep gathering in His name so we can be honest with each other, stay connected with each other, and pray joyfully with and for each other. God grant you a very blessed Lenten journey.